Tasha K, known for her unapologetic commentary and willingness to deliver explosive claims without restraint, once again placed herself at the center of controversy, this time by turning her focus toward Teyana Taylor. But this was not the kind of headline that typically flickers across social media and disappears within a day. The implications were heavier, sharper, and unmistakably personal. Almost immediately, it was clear this wasn't ordinary celebrity gossip. The discussion wasn't about music, fashion, or public appearances. It reached into territory that felt deeply private, touching on personal well-being in a way that left fans unsettled and uneasy. Once the claims hit social media, the reaction was swift and intense. It felt like a single spark landing in dry grass. Conversations erupted across platforms, screenshots circulated at lightning speed, and hashtags began trending within hours. The discourse wasn't casual. It was charged with concern, anger, and disbelief. At the center of it all was Teyana, her reputation, her privacy, and the growing sense that the situation was heading toward a legal confrontation that could no longer be ignored. For anyone familiar with Teyana Taylor's career, the immediate attention makes sense. She has long been perceived as a figure of strength, resilience, and control. Throughout her years in the public eye, she's been deliberate about how much of herself she shares. While many celebrities respond to criticism with impulsive posts or heated interviews, Teyana has consistently chosen a different path. She favors measured silence, allowing her work, her performances, and her carefully curated public presence to speak for her. Fans often interpret this restraint as maturity and self-possession, evidence that she understands the value of boundaries in a culture that thrives on exposure. That is precisely why the situation felt so unsettling. When allegations surfaced that threatened to expose intimate aspects of her life, the shock went beyond curiosity. It struck at the core of what her supporters believed she represented: autonomy over her own narrative. This wasn't just a reputational challenge. It was an intrusion. And because Teyana rarely responds impulsively, many understood that if she chose to act, it would be deliberate and significant. The nature of the claims intensified the reaction. They were not framed as idle speculation or casual opinion. Instead, they were delivered with confidence and specificity, suggesting insider knowledge of deeply personal matters. That tone mattered. In the world of online discourse, certainty carries power. Even when audiences understand that allegations may be unverified, the way they are presented can lend them an air of legitimacy. Many who reposted or commented attempted to shield themselves by labeling the content as entertainment or discussion, but the implications were unmistakable. These statements were being treated as fact by a portion of the audience, and that perception alone carried the potential for real harm. Fans reacted with alarm. Social media quickly filled with messages defending Teyana, condemning the public speculation about such private issues. Others expressed confusion, grappling with the tension between freedom of commentary and respect for personal boundaries. Amid the noise, one thing became painfully clear: this story wasn't going to fade quietly. The volume, the sensitivity, and the personalities involved ensured that the fallout would be lasting. True to form, Teyana did not respond immediately. There was no emotional post, no public rebuttal, no attempt to control the narrative through interviews. To some observers, this silence felt unsettling. In online culture, where immediacy is often equated with strength, silence can be misinterpreted as vulnerability. Others, however, recognized it as strategy. For Teyana, silence has never been passive. It is a conscious choice, a way to maintain control rather than surrender it to the chaos of public opinion. That context made the next development especially significant. When reports surfaced that Teyana had decided to pursue legal action, the entire tone of the conversation shifted. Legal measures are not symbolic gestures. They require documentation, deliberation, and a willingness to accept that the process itself will unfold under public scrutiny. For someone known for restraint, involving the courts signaled that a boundary had been crossed, one that could not be repaired through silence alone. The announcement sent ripples through social media. What had once been dominated by speculation and debate now carried tangible consequences. This was no longer hypothetical. Real-world actions had been taken, and the discussion entered a space where credibility, reputation, and potential financial implications were at stake. The narrative matured instantly. It was no longer about clicks or viral moments. It was about accountability. Supporters of Teyana reacted with a mix of relief and validation. Many celebrated her decision, viewing it as a powerful stand against what they perceived as reckless commentary. To them, legal action represented more than self-defense. It was a statement about boundaries in a digital age where private lives are dissected in seconds. They argued that accountability is essential, especially when influence and reach can amplify harm. At the same time, critics emerged. Some framed the move as an attempt to silence a commentator or suppress freedom of speech. This divide exposed the central tension of the situation. Where does commentary end and harm begin? How should public figures protect themselves without appearing to stifle discussion? The court of public opinion offered no easy answers, and the debate only intensified. As more voices weighed in, understanding Tasha K's role is crucial to understanding why this escalated so quickly. She has built a reputation on unfiltered commentary and bold speculation. To her supporters, she is fearless, someone willing to say what others won't. To her critics, she represents the dangers of unchecked influence and sensationalism. In this case, her established style amplified the impact of the claims. The issue wasn't only what was said, but how it was said. The confidence, the specificity, and the scale of her platform transformed the allegations into something far more consequential than ordinary online chatter. One of the most compelling elements of this story is the power of restraint. By choosing not to engage publicly, Teyana allowed the narrative to unfold without her interference. Her silence became a form of leverage. When legal action finally emerged, it carried weight precisely because it was not accompanied by public theatrics. It suggested preparation, intention, and seriousness. In a digital environment dominated by instant reactions, this deliberate pause commanded attention and for many respect. As media coverage intensified, the story expanded beyond the individuals involved. Commentators dissected potential legal implications, debated the future of online commentary, and questioned whether this case could set a precedent. The conversation widened to include broader cultural issues, privacy, consent, and the ethics of speculation. Audiences were no longer drawn solely by celebrity intrigue, but by the larger questions the situation raised. When does speculation become exploitation? And how far should someone go to defend themselves against it? With each update, no matter how minor, the public leaned in. Statements from Teyana's team were scrutinized. Silence or responses from Tasha K were analyzed for hidden meaning. The story evolved into a living narrative, unfolding in real time with emotional stakes for everyone involved. Careers, reputations, and public trust all seem to hang in the balance. What makes this moment particularly resonant is how clearly it exposes the human side of celebrity culture. Public figures are often treated as brands rather than people, their lives reduced to content for consumption. In this case, the claims challenged the control Teyana had carefully maintained over her own story. By pursuing legal action, she reclaimed a measure of authority, reminding audiences that visibility does not erase the right to dignity or privacy. The situation also highlights the psychology of online culture. Dramatic claims spread faster than measured facts, and emotional content drives engagement. But Teyana's response forced audiences to confront the consequences of that engagement. What once felt like entertainment gained real weight. It became a reminder that words have impact, and that speculation can carry lasting consequences. As the legal process continues, the outcome remains uncertain. What is already clear, however, is that this moment represents a shift. Teyana Taylor's actions underscore agency, resilience, and the importance of boundaries in an era of relentless exposure. The narrative challenges assumptions about freedom of expression, accountability, and celebrity life. And behind every headline, it reinforces a universal truth. Protecting one's identity and dignity requires strategy, patience, and courage, especially when the world is watching.